Megacorp Games is known for the absolutely spectacular Awkward Guess. So needless to say, I was pretty excited to try the new small box MONSTArgh. Let's talk about it.
What does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! We're back again today for another Thoughts from the Corner with my good friend Adam.
Hey.
And we're talking about MONSTArgh from the company that I named at the beginning of this intro.
Corbin.
Thank you. It's for 2 to 6 players, ages 15 plus, or ages 6 plus. It'll take you about 15 minutes to play. And this is a game that it seems like it's way more difficult to wrap your brain around when you first start than it actually is. So I'm going to try and give you the gist. The gist is there are exactly 36 cards in this deck right here. They are numbered 1 through 6, and they will come in 6 different colors. Blue, orange, you get colors. There's 6 different colors. You're going to shuffle these up, and this will be modified slightly by the player count, and then you're going to deal them out to players. So you're going to have 3 of these cards in your hand, and then you're also going to have these 2 cards right here. These are +1 or -1, +1, -1, or +1, +2, -2. So you're pretty much always going to have 5 cards in your hand most of the time. Now on your turn, what you're going to do is you're going to play one of these cards out to the center. So let's just pretend this is the first card that's played out. It's an orange 3, and then I would draw a card because my turn is now over. Now the next player can go, and they have to play orthogonally to one of the cards that's out there. So if both these cards were out here, they could go here, 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 or here. Okay? Simple enough. You still follow me. But what happens is, if you play out a card that is exactly 1 number higher than a card next to you, then you are going to interact with that card. So let's pretend that on my turn I decided to play this 4 right here, and this 4 is exactly 1 more. If this were a 5, it wouldn't do anything. But since it is 1 more, what that means is it's going to attack the numbers next to you and take over. Now this is where things get kind of weird, because if it's the same color, which this is not, then the lower number would actually go to the bottom of this. However, if it's a different color, then you jump on top. And this can cascade. So if I did this, and then there was another 3 right here, boom, it would jump on top of that, or go below it, or that would go below that. That's the basic gist of the game. On your turn, you are going to play 1 card, and then you're going to do whatever the hell happens with the numbers, and then your turn's going to be over. Now, why are you doing this? Because at the beginning of each round, you're going to be given one of these tiles here, which will show you the color you are. Now, you may go an entire round, as I did, without ever actually getting one of these. It's not necessarily the end of the world, but this is the color you want at the end of the game. Because now everyone's going to take turns playing 1 card until all the cards are gone, until everyone's played every single card left in their deck. And then you should have, maybe 5, 6 cards scattered about. One might be all the way over here because somebody played smart. And it's really quite simple. If these were all the face-up cards, orange would get 2 points because they have 2 cards out. Blue would get 2 points because they have 2 cards out. And yellow would get 1 point because they have 1 point out. And these are the stars. All right, you get 5 stars, you win the game. Shuffle it up, re-deal, get a new tile, rinse, wash, repeat, and you do that until someone gets 5 points. And that's the gist. It sounds weird when you first hear it. I do want to stress that. When we first started this, we're like, but I think you and I both agree. The sum of the parts is more than the something or other. Do you know that expression?
No.
Okay, then just keep talking.
So, I really enjoyed this. Like, when we first started playing, I was like, I don't know about this one. And then there is some complex strategy going on here.
You wouldn't believe it.
Like, everybody, is trying to keep their color, like, secret, but also help your color. So, like, you see somebody do something suspicious, you're like, okay, they're either red or blue.
Or they're just screwing around.
Yeah, maybe. And that happens too. And you'll set up like these lines of cards, and it's like, oh, they didn't kill all the cards. So that means that, there was a lot going on here. The pluses and minuses, because if it's set up, with a...
talk about those a little bit.
5 and a 6. So 5 and a 6 are next to each other, right? You can, instead of playing any other card, you can play a +2 on the 5. And make it a 7. It covers the 6. And then this one goes away, and it's back to just 5 on there. Yeah. Which you can end up with huge stacks of cards underneath everything. Really, really interesting game. And I am very impressed with this. I like this a lot. Fantastic.
Not great.
Fantastic.
We stepped it up.
I loved playing this.
Okay. So I have a question. This was after one game. I do want to mention that. I typically say a 9 is where I would award a Bowers Best Seal. Would you go that high? Are you more?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I loved it. Plus, look at the size of this box.
Oh, he's all about the size of the box.
Anywhere. You can take it anywhere. It's fantastic.
And it holds all the components nice and snug. It's got a little tiny insert. I am not as hot as
Card
Adam.
quality is great.
Not as hot as Adam, but I will still say I think this is a great game. I agree. I think this would be a go-to filler weight game for me. We actually just reviewed another filler weight game called Bag of Chips, and I like this one better, and I'm trying to think of other filler weight games. This just scratches a weird itch. It feels like an abstract strategy card game, but with like a little bit of like a social deduction because you're like, oh,
well, and it plays fast too.
It does, because you only have 5 cards in your hand, and most of the time, it can be pretty obvious what you want to do, but there's still choices. And yeah, I'm in the same boat. I think this is great to very great. I feel like most people are going to enjoy this game once they wrap their brain around it. And if you're thinking about this game, I would say, it might start off slow. And this actually happened. True story. 5-player game. Adam was the first person to figure out. He's like, oh, this is that and the other. And we're all just like, what? And then everyone else was sort of like, oh.
Now I get it, yeah.
There is a deceptive amount of strategy in this game. And honestly, I think this is going to be one of those hidden gems. I do. And you can keep it too, because
oh really?
As long as you have it, I can play it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so normally I ask the question, would you want it in your collection? But you've already answered
absolutely.
that. I also would have wanted my collection, but I mean, we live pretty close together.
Yeah.
So yeah, MONSTArgh goes up to 6 players, easy to teach once you know what you're doing. The learning, is a little bit of a curve, but end of the day, and plus while you are doing the same thing over and over again, it's interesting enough that I feel like it has definite replayability just because it's just enjoyable.
Yeah, everybody's engaged the whole time.
Theme-wise, theme doesn't come across at all. We didn't mention that. It's like,
I mean, they're monsters attacking monsters.
It's not supposed to be monsters attacking monsters. It's about monsters in a movie.
What?
Yeah, the theme doesn't come across. Whatever. Still, very... no, it's not very good. It's a great game, we would say, and he says fantastic. Slap it. Adam's Best Seal on this one.
That's right.
I don't have a logo for that. If you enjoy it, if it looks like it might be a cup of tea, be sure to check this one out. Don't let it slip on your radar, especially if you like tiny box games. Enjoy this review, please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below as I'm trying to reach 12, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to reach
57,000 subscribers.
And in the comments below, let me know. You go into a party, you don't know many people there. You don't want to look weird by bringing a whole game bag. What game you bringing? Maybe it fits in a cargo pocket.
In a bind.
Oh, Peruse. Fantastic game. That's a great one.
Yeah, In a Bind is fantastic. You just walk up to somebody and be like, all right, here's your card. And they're like, what do what's on the card?
Yeah, I feel like, what is it? Oh, God, it's the Lemonade one.
Oh, that's not Lemonade.
That's not Lemonade from Tuesday Night Game. I have never had that one go over poorly. Let me know in the comments below what you're bringing to the party, and as always, who's holding? This video is brought to you by all of my amazing Patreon supporters, and I would love it if you would join their ranks and have your name immortalized in the end of many of my videos for the end of time. But consider for only $1 a month, and as always, thanks for stopping by.